balance analytical and intuitive thinking. You have two ways of thinking. One is intuitive thinking, which is the part connected with creativity. Other one is the analytical thinking, which helps you to relate an idea to a particular advantage from a business perspective. And here's the key. You have to harness the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Now, what is that? Nobody ever told you that, right? You go to school, you learn maths, you learn science, but nobody tells you you have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. And nobody tells you how to use it. This is the key to creativity. The conscious mind is the one with which you are listening to me. This is very slow. It's very good for language. Now, never in any of my lectures did somebody die because they forgot to make the heart beat. Now, who makes your heart beat while you're listening to me? That's your subconscious mind. Who controls your blood pressure? Who controls your body temperature? Who digests the food that you ate? That is the subconscious mind. That is the supercomputer. That is 200 million times faster than the conscious mind. So the key to creativity is to use the subconscious mind, which is the supercomputer. And now when we say creativity, we think, oh, I'm not creative. There are some people who are creative, but I'm not creative. That is not true. And there's a wonderful inscription in ancient Greece in the temple of Delphi which gives the key to this. It says, in you is hidden the treasure of treasures. Know yourself and you will know the universe and the gods. This is one of the most empowering statements I have ever read. And it doesn't matter whether you have O-level, A-level, degree, master's, doctorate, has nothing to do with it. You were born with this. So the key to creativity is discovering this treasure that is buried inside you. Ancient wisdom. Now, interestingly, modern science has validated it. This is William Fowler. In 1983, he won the Nobel Prize for an amazing discovery. He wrote a thesis called Synthesis of the Elements in the Stars. He proved that all the heavy molecules that make up our body are not from this world. He proved that they were forged in the stars. Scientifically proven with such rigor, it won him the Nobel Prize. So what does this mean? This means that you are made of stardust, literally. All the heavy molecules, calcium, carbon, zinc, iron, inside your body come from the stars. So what does that mean? You carry cosmic knowledge at a cellular level inside your body. This is the key to creativity. How do little birds fly across the Atlantic? They know when to go and which direction. And they don't have management meetings to decide. If they did, they'll never take off. Right? Because there'll be big discussion. This is the right time to go. No. This is the wrong direction. Because they can tap cosmic energy. They know when to take off and which direction to go. Interesting, right? So these are the fundamentals of creativity in the most fundamental way. Now, would you like to experience the power of your subconscious mind right now? Yes? Anybody? Yes? See, that's another problem. You have putting your hand up. Because that's how you survive school days, by never putting your hand up. Now, with that mindset, you can't be creative. Because you're in your comfort zone. I'm not going to put my hand up for anything because that's how I survived school days. So if you're willing to give yourself a try, here's an interesting experiment. I'm going to put 100 words and we have to read it in 20 seconds. Would you like to give it a try? Yes? All right. You got to do it loud. You got to do it extra fast. So to do that, relax your mind. I'll tell you why. Because for the subconscious mind to operate, the conscious mind has to be relaxed. Are you ready? Yes? Shall we read it loud? Yes? Okay, let's do it. Loud. I couldn't believe you got to read it loud. Because if you don't read it loud, it doesn't work. Are you ready? All right. Okay, let's do it. 20 seconds. I couldn't believe that I could actually understand what I was reading. The phenomenal power of the human mind. According to a research at Cambridge University, it doesn't matter in what order the letters in a word are. The only important thing is that the first and the last letter be in the right place. The rest can be a total mess and you can still read it without a problem. This is because the human mind does not read every letter by itself, but the word as a whole. Amazing, huh? I always thought spelling was important. 20 seconds. Now, read it slowly. Can you read it slowly? You can't, because the letters are totally jumbled. How did you read it earlier? The first letter and the last letter is correct. The letters are correct, but mixed up. The length of the word is correct. You know what your subconscious mind does? It doesn't bother reading all this stuff. It reads the first letter, the last letter, calculates the length of the word, goes through your vocabulary, picks up all the words, tuck, 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 and aligns and tell you what to say. That is the power of the subconscious mind. Incredible, right? You can't read it with the conscious mind. So you want to be creative, harness the subconscious mind. And to do that, you have to let the conscious mind kind of let go. And here's the key, brain waves. These are the brain waves of different stages of the human brain. Right at the top, you have the brain which is operating in beta. This is the normal wake-up state of adults. While you are listening, you are thinking, my God, I'm hungry, I wonder what time this finishes, I wonder what my kids are doing, I want to go. You see, your mind is filled with all this stuff. Not good for creativity. Children, on the other hand, are operating at the alpha state. Their mind is much more relaxed. That's why a child of 5 is a learning machine. A child of 5 can learn 3 languages without mixing it up. That's incredible. And you give them a smartphone when they are 2. They know how it works. And they don't know how to read. Because they are functioning at the alpha level. So the secret of creativity, it's not to put money behind creativity. It's to help people to go back to that alpha state of relaxed concentration. Then you have the other secret state, theta. If you can operate in the theta state, you can order anything from the universe and you get it. That is how I won the 2015 Asia Pacific Award for Outstanding Contribution to HR in my 70th year. Now you know how old I am. And I have never studied HR. I've never worked as a head of HR. So once I understood the importance of all what I'm sharing with you, you become incredibly creative. Why? Because your subconscious mind does all the hard work. Now what happened as we grew up and got educated? Something must have gone wrong, right? As a child, every one of us was incredibly creative. And now we have to come to a presentation on how innovative are managers. Kindergarten children scored 98% genius. And as they grow older, this comes down because of education. So there's nothing wrong with the level of creativity we were born with. The problem is what happened afterwards in the education process. That's what we need to put right if you want the country to be creative. If you want organizations to be creative, we need to rediscover that 98% level genius that all of us had at birth. That's the good news. All right. So what happens is this, our capacity for divergent thinking gets diminished as we got educated. Without divergent thinking, you can't have creativity. Without creativity, you can't have innovation. So talking about innovation is like science fiction without talking about divergent thinking. That is what innovation and creativity are founded on. So now we come to an interesting thing, whole brain integration. You have 2 halves of the brain. And I'm sure nobody ever told you this, because at school you don't learn any of this stuff. The left half of the brain is the logical half, the right half of the brain is the creative half. When you balance the two, that's what you did as a child. That is why a child of 5 is a learning machine. They have beautifully balanced left half and right half of the brain. The left half of the brain is the one with which you are listening to me. Language skills, logic, science, this is in the left half. But that's not the creative half. The creative half is the right half. Art, music, innovation, imagination, that's in the right half. Now here's the key. When you balance the left and the right half, your brain power goes up by 5 to 10 times. Now what happened to that 98 level genius we were born with? So later on in life, you love music. Now you want to go for music classes. And what do your parents tell you? Have you ever seen a musician driving a BMW? Forget music classes, go for tuition classes. Now they don't know abroad musicians earn much more money than and managers because they don't have that in their experience. So music is bad. Dancing, don't waste your time doing dancing. Go for tuition classes. This is what happened. This is the problem of creativity. That 98% level that we were born with, we have not lost it. It's sleeping inside us. And this is the key to creativity and innovation. So here's the key. Creativity is more right brain, divergent abstract thinking. Innovation is left brain. This is convergent concrete thinking. Unless you balance the two, it doesn't work. So this is the key to creativity and innovation. So in practical terms, what does this mean? If you like music and you don't have time for music now, spend time and do music, do dancing, write poetry, paint. That will give you right brain, left brain balance, and that is what will make you very creative. That has always been the secret of my success. I never sacrificed right brain activities while I was studying for my doctorate and things like that. So this is the key, nothing else. So you want to rediscover this whole brain integration? This is the key. Start doing the things that are fun. See, we are very serious. Serious people are not creative. Why? Because you are in a state of what? Inert uniformity. Get out of that.